Welcome to the American Business Podcast. I'm Kevin Devecioglu, your host. I'm welcoming you episode 129. We are in season 5 in the American Business Podcast. The American Business Podcast is the voice of American business. And today's number is 2.7%. In December 2025, US inflation rate was measured as 2.7%. And quote of the day, as you know, we have a great partnership with missionstatements.com, and we have a quote of the day. Here it is. It is easy to get a bad name. It is hard to get a good one and keep it for all these years. Well, reputation is the key, and reputation is the best capital that we can ever have, that we need to keep it and protect it at all costs. Great. Well, we have a great guest today. We have a special guest. And let's invite our guest to our virtual stage and let's get the conversation started. Hello, Chris. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, Kevin. It's great to be with you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. Pleasure is all mine. How are you? How was your weekend?
You know, the weekend was really good, but as you might be able to hear, I'm a little congested and a little I finally got a cold here in Wisconsin. It was -8 degrees when I woke up this morning, Fahrenheit.
Wow.
Yesterday, I literally slept the entire day. I didn't even know there was football on yesterday until so late today. So I'm actually glad to be up. Thank God for all these little vials and little things I wanted giving me all.
Yeah, looks like you're all set.
I'll just hoard them like this. My lovely bride who's upstairs. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, so we are streaming from New York City, and it's also very cold. It was actually snowing during the weekend. It's now 31 degree Fahrenheit. It's cold. So we gotta watch out, and I hope you feel better soon.
Thank you. You're getting everything that we're getting right now. So this -17 is coming your way, Kevin.
On the way. Coming up. Okay. We are ready. Well, so it's very nice to meet you in the American Business Podcast. I'm glad that you are with us today. I've been waiting for these episodes, and there is a lot to learn. If that's okay, let's get the conversation started.
I'm excited.
Well, first of all, how do you see 2025, if you like to reflect on the previous year, and any predictions, expectations for 2026 that we are in?
2025 was one of those unique years. You know, you had the elections and everything going on. Then you had business changes all across the globe. You had anything and everything from tariffs to terrorism to activities that really changed kind of the world view at the end there. But it really, what was exciting for me is I got to see a lot of people get excited about something that I play with, and that's artificial intelligence. And I know we'll talk about that later, but all of a sudden, all these people, I used to call it machine learning back in the day. Now, all of a sudden, people are spending billions and billions and billions of dollars just so they can do artificial intelligence or machine learning. And I keep watching new tools be developed. And as an entrepreneur, as a founder, I love watching people innovate and try to excel with whatever tools or whatever their mindset is. So that was pretty cool for me in 2025. And then going into 2026, there is so much going on these days. Let's take away all the bad stuff. Let's hope that people decide to start coming together as Americans, as humans, and just have good lives. But let's talk about, business. And then you've got technologies, and you've got growth, and you've got activities going on, everything from China to the United States, and how we're competing against each other. You've got NVIDIA versus the Chinese solutions that are over there doing more with software than hardware. So again, for me, from a technology standpoint, I figure I've got maybe 5 good years of life left in me from a technology standpoint. I'm excited that it's just growing by leaps and bounds, and it excites me. So that's what wakes me up in the morning and gets me excited.
Absolutely. Well, traditionally, my business background is actually coming from really established industries, manufacturing, pulp, paper, and packaging, and import, export, like all these, like old school. When I entered technology, I actually exactly felt what you just mentioned. That I call it non-stop evolution. It keeps evolving itself, and we keep learning, right, as part of the industry, and that keeps you going, and that keeps you really sharp and on the edge, which is great.
Yes. Oh, yes. And your original industries, the pulp, right here in Wisconsin. We have operations. We have all these paper mills that were here in Wisconsin, and a lot of them have dissipated. So the technology took over, and now more and more technology is feeding that. So I'm right there with you.
Yes, absolutely. I love our audience, our listeners, to learn more about you. Would you please introduce yourself and your organization to our viewers and to our listeners?
Certainly. So I'm Chris Carter. I'm very fortunate to be a multi-time founder and entrepreneur. I currently am the chairman and CEO for a company called App Royal, and that company provides services to organizations running SAP software. And if you're running SAP software, you've probably heard of my company because we support them from the beginning when they start to get their licenses all the way to the very end, where we help them rely on what type of infrastructure and how they're going to build and how they're going to implement and then manage those tools. And we've been very, very fortunate to get some nice awards sitting over that shoulder. And organizations rely on us to help them. And that's really what I like to do in life. My goal is to help others, help their companies, help them as individuals, help them as executives. So it's a benefit, and it's a blessing to me that I'm able to do that.
Absolutely. And I'm fond of SAP technologies myself, as being an executive in the enterprise software business industry. And we are actually planning to start a special podcast segment in the American Business Podcast just to talk about SAP technologies. So I'll make sure to invite you, and we can discuss more on these, and we can dive deeper.
Thank you. I'm excited for that.
Absolutely.
It's a great application.
It really is. I had the pleasure of going SAP Sapphire last year in Orlando, and it was quite a learning experience for me. Very modern and evolving, and they like to educate the ecosystem. That's what I actually like it too, in terms of the depth of knowledge that they shared in that conference.
When you're ready to go, the tickets are already on sale. I've already got my rooms booked. I've got my hotel booked. I've got my everything ready to go. I'm looking forward to meeting you down there in Orlando in May again.
Sounds great. Okay, well, let's talk about your career journey. How did you get started? How your career journey has unfolded over the years?
So I started in 1986. Yes, kids, boys and girls, there was a 1980s, and they were great because we got the Commodore VIC-20, and that Commodore VIC-20 was the keyboard to my life. I learned how to code on a Commodore VIC-20, and I really, really enjoyed it. And then I got an Apple IIe, and I took all those to Georgia Tech, and I became a computer scientist. I wanted to learn how to code and be a developer and do the things that technology folks do. Well, all of a sudden, my sophomore year in college, I was given the ability to be able to do an internship at Coca-Cola. They had an old R2, which is an old mainframe system. Well, that old mainframe system, I was a benefit for me because they were one of the first companies to go to the R3, which was the first x86 based environments. And they asked me if I would be interested in doing it. SAP asked me if I was interested in doing all that stuff. And I said, yes, I'm all in. Let's go play with some SAP software. The turn of my life happened very quickly. And lo and behold, I became a SAP technologist.
Yes, well, I remember those Commodore years, Commodore 64. They still have the emulations actually. So nowadays, if people like, they say if they like to have some nostalgia, they can just load the emulation and then they can run those apps. But back in the time, it was quite a revolution. Commodore 64, and then it followed up with the Amiga, if I'm not mistaken. That was also pretty good back in the time. VGA screens and all the good stuff.
The Atari 80 and all those. Oh yes, the Radio Shack, the TSIs. Oh yes, we had them all. It's funny, kind of like we all get the new iPhone every year. We use
Yes.
a new computer every year.
Yes, but when you think about those years that we were using tapes or like all those old school discs, then we appreciate nowadays what we have. We don't need anything pretty much. We don't even need disc that much anymore, almost at all.
I
So
remember the first time I wrote over the top of one of the romantic tapes, because when we were kids, we'd have to put the tape in, hit the record button during the radio station for songs.
uh,
I taped over one of those of my girlfriend's at the time music that she gave me, and she was so upset when we were driving away. Thank God that has all changed now.
that's true. That's true. Well, let's talk about your day-to-day work. What are the challenging and exciting parts of your work on daily basis that you can share with us?
Yeah. So what's the challenging part? Challenging part is making sure that you're relevant, making sure that you're interacting with the folks that need to be available. Always trying to find the best people. We don't just hire willy nilly. We hire really, really competent people. So that's one thing. Two, working with our customers to make sure that they're very well taken care of. Since 93.7% of all financial of any way, shape, or form financials runs through an SAP system, we try to make sure that people understand how important these systems are and not just we'll update it whenever, we'll do this whenever. We really try to help immerse people into the knowledge of it. And then from a personal standpoint, day to day, I'm a big advocate of helping people and being able to, if somebody's moving up the ladder of success or if they're falling down the ladder of success, putting my arm out and trying to help drag people up the ladder and pushing them up above me and really giving them guidance and support. I'm getting the waning years of my life, so I'm really trying to help people in other ways that I may or may not have gotten when I was younger. So those are a lot of my day-to-day activities. I go around and I speak at different events. I'm very fortunate. I'm doing podcasts, and I'm a technology advisor for Newsmax TV and others. So I'm a very blessed man to be able to do all that fun stuff.
What is your vision for the company's future?
Oh, future. We are in the largest upgrade cycle in SAP history. So right now, my vision is to really help guide the company, and to be able to take it further than we've ever been before, to be able to really grow who we are and what we're doing, to really help grow our staff as well. I have a phenomenal team. And as I stated earlier, I'm always trying to better that team and to bring others along with. So I truly want to help raise the next generation of technologists. And by helping to raise that next generation of technologists, I think it's important to guide them and be a mentor to those individuals. And our company, being that we are one of the leaders in the SAP ecosystem, it's upon me as the leader of this company to help others. And so I try to do that on a daily basis. And I think it's important for our future. And so the vision is, in my opinion, great and moving forward.
What are the biggest challenges facing the organization moving forward?
Oh, oof. As much as I hate to say it, it's finding great talent right now. The SAP ecosystem has the oldest ecosystem of any technology out in the markets. We average in age 47 point, I believe it's 47.2 or 47.6. I forget the last digit. But when you look at it, those individuals, they've been so good at doing the R3 and the ECC that now all of a sudden they don't want to move to the RISE platform on a cloud. They don't want to relearn things, the organizational change management for themselves. That's the biggest pain that we are facing ourselves as a company and in the ecosystem of SAP. it's really difficult to keep, maintain, and to grow those people who want to move forward. So we're trying to bring that younger talent up. They all like the new stuff. They all like AI. They all love the new no code. So it's really trying to get them to understand the application is a huge benefit to them.
Well, let's talk about technology industry. How do
Yeah.
you see the state of technology industry nowadays?
Whoa. It's like a Japanese bullet train right now. When you and I started, we were playing with great computers, Commodores and Ataris and Amigas. They were great. We were learning every day. We were learning something new. But now it's like every nanosecond they can go out onto Gemini and they can create their own app instantaneously. All they have to do is put in the right parameters. They have to talk to it. And so for me, it's a bullet train. And to be honest, I really love that, Kevin, because I love flying by the seat of my pants to a certain degree on those things, but I love learning so much more. And then I love teaching that. And so for me, technology right now is a bullet train to I don't know where yet, and I just want to keep on going.
Let's talk about AI a little bit.
Yeah.
How do you see the impact of AI on business nowadays?
Oh my gosh, it's revolutionary. That's a great word I'll use. Revolutionary. It's a revolutionary tool. It's a revolutionary for individuals, for companies. I have a statement and that I've used, and now it's actually going to be part of a title of one of my new books. Bigger, better, faster, stronger humans. You need bigger, better, faster, stronger humans in order for AI to work properly. And so no matter what your prompts are, no matter what your personas are, no matter what your LLMs, your SLMs, you got to have bigger, better, faster, stronger human beings, because we as human beings are the end point and the starting point of the usage of the tool. And the tool can't figure out, hey, Kevin's thinking right now, what is that guitar behind Chris's head? No, you got to put something in it, and the AI's got to learn it, and you got to go back and forth. And one of the big things that I love to do with artificial intelligence, I ask the tools to interview me. Ask me 3 questions based upon whatever prompt I'm asking it to do. Why I'm doing this, what's the next steps? Are there things that I should be doing that are different? I got that information out of Jeff Wolf's book, The AI-Driven Leader, about a year and a half ago. And this is not a promoting his book, even though I've got it both on audio and hard copy, which is me. That's my type of brain. It's the interview process back and forth. AI Gemini has become one of my BFFs. We have conversations. I'll ask it a question, and then I'll ask it in return. Please follow up with a responding question on what you think will make my conversation or my move forward strategy better. And we'll have this conversation, and it comes up. I kid you not, Kevin. The amount of information that I learned just by it interviewing me is off the charts. Jeff did a phenomenal job with that book, and it's something I think everybody should learn.
Yes, absolutely. Sometimes I ask ChatGPT, Gemini, and others what it thinks about the American Business Podcast. So I get.
I hope they say it's 2 thumbs up.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and that's very exciting too. I mean, seeing these feedback, positive feedback, and some projections from an LLM is a pretty cool experience, I have to say.
And especially when you start to see it, when all these chats start having your information inside of it and can utilize it, that's awesome.
So, well, in terms of AI, so some jobs will be replaced, some new positions will be born. If there is one job that AI can't replace in the future, what would it be, you think?
Oh, what can it not replace in the future? I don't think it can replace a human 100%, because every ask of AI needs a human to ask that first question. And then how you go back and forth from there is but what you're going to find, and just like you made reference, you're going to get rid of some of the lower end developers. You're going to get rid of some people. That bigger, better, faster, stronger human being is going to be, instead of the juniors, it's now going to be a little bit lifted up. And when I go to colleges, last year I spoke at about 50 different universities. I'm very blessed to be able to teach these young children and young men and women ideas and thoughts and concepts. Don't just be I'm a coder monkey. Don't be just a coder monkey. Don't just sit there and do the same code. Think about the next level up. Instead of going in at this level, go into a company at this level. You've already started to expand and you become more involved. You take it from a more of a managerial point. You take it from more of a holistic, what we need to do to be successful point of view, rather than just, oh, I'm just going in to do JSON today, or I'm going to do this today. Get away from that idea and go in at the next level of success.
Based on your professional experience as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, business leader, how to survive crisis and uncertainty in business?
How to survive them? Well, you can hope and pray a lot. I've had crises in business thanks to companies who came in at the last minute, literally the week before the end of the year, and said, we're cutting all of our contracts by 65%. You either cut your contract or we're cutting you. Those things happen. Do I like them? No, in no way, shape, or form. And unfortunately, you've got to man or woman up, and you've got to talk about it. You've got to discuss it. You've got to figure out how you're going to do it, how you're going to survive, and what you're going to go on to the next one. But take it and be straightforward with it. Do not try to hide from it, because you're never going to hide from a crisis. The crisis is always going to be there. And then get yourself a great PR girl like Allison Maloney. That's my PR girl. In case of a crisis, she's taught me well what to do. Call her first. Let's talk, and then she'll take you off the edge.
Well, the best marketing practices for the highest ROI nowadays, from your point of view?
Oh, the best for an ROI. So there are some great products, and Kim, you probably you're familiar with the what was it? It was the MIT article that came out about the lack of ROIs that were happening in AI. So in marketing, what was interesting is in that piece, even though it had this salacious headline, it wasn't based upon a marketing component. And the marketing component right now, there are some phenomenal tools. Yeah, you can get Canvas and you can get Ravines and you can get all these different things that work together. But the best ROI tool that you can get out there, Gemini. I'm a huge Gemini fan. I've almost gotten rid of all my other tools because I love Gemini so much. Other than I still have my Snowflake and Perplexity for technology stuff. But it will literally rewrite documents for me. It'll help me with my marketing. It will help me with my advertising. Our advertising and promotions team and all of our salespeople, they all have a corporate subscription to that. And I will literally send them ideas. I'll send them links. Hey, I just was coming up with an idea. It'll be 1 o'clock in the morning and I'll be thinking about something and whoop, away it goes. So I love that tool, because not only can it develop that for you, it can tell you how to use it properly, where to use it, where do I send it to? Should I use this for LinkedIn? Should I use this for this? How do I put together my SEO plans? And so I'll send that stuff to some of my team members. And then the next morning, they're like, really? You sent this at 2 o'clock in the morning? This is an idea. Okay, let me go develop it. And so I love Gemini. I'm a huge Gemini marketing guy.
Yes. Well, from your point of view, how would you define leadership? And what are the great leadership qualities a good leader must have?
So a good leader needs to be able to listen. God gave us 2 ears, 2 eyes, and 1 mouth. And in order to lead properly, we need to be able to listen to what those people are saying to us. We need to see how they're interacting with us. Think about it, formulate, then speak. Don't just blurt out, hey, it's because we do this and this is our way, this is why we do it. Think about and listen to those individuals first. Have some empathy when you're talking with your staff, and make sure that you really, truly take that empathy to heart and think about other people. And then one of the things that reminds me of, from a leadership perspective, is some of the stuff that there was a gentleman that used to run GE, and he was a phenomenal individual. And I've got several of his books. I'm very lucky. he made a comment at a show or an event one time that he literally said, yeah, you're going to cut your 25% and you're going to bring in new, but also remember, have some empathy about that 25% because they really worked hard for you and for the company. Just because there may have been some type of shift in the market or some market dynamic that came through, have some empathy for those individuals.
Mhm. Jack Welch?
Jack Welch, exactly.
Yep. Yeah, he has great books. He had great books. Yeah, he was a great guy. So, absolutely. So we love talking about books in the American Business Podcast. So
I love
that's one of them that I love to talk about. So I'm glad you pointed out. Have you had any role models, any mentors who help you shape your career journey over the years?
Well, my ultimate mentor and person was my father, who ran a company in Port Washington for many, many years, KMC Stampings. I learned a lot from my father and still do to this day, even though he's in his 70s and retired. Bill McDermott was a huge influence on my life, who ran SAP for many, many years. He resigned and went off to, he's now running ServiceNow. As a matter of fact, in my green book right there, that green book, the forward is by Bill McDermott and all the success that he helped land upon me with all these years of SAP. And then Jack Welch is also my third one. I was very fortunate. I talked about his books, but I got to meet him twice at different events, shake his hand.
Oh, wow.
I was only supposed to spend a handshake, ask a question, and go on in one event. And he literally liked my question so much, and we chit-chatted, that not only did he spend more than 5 minutes with me, he asked if I could meet him afterwards because he wanted to discuss. He thought we had a very nice discussion. And this was when I was, this was 2000.
Mhm.
This was 2000, before his last book, or one of his last books, with his last wife, who was the author. And so he couldn't have been nicer to me, and we had a great conversation. I got his personal email while he was still alive, so it was fantastic.
Yes. That's a great memory. Absolutely. Well, if there is one key career lesson that you learned the hard way, what would it be that you can share with us?
Oh, that one's easy. Don't forget to hire people faster than you need them. Being an entrepreneur, being a founder, or working in a company of whatever magnitude inside, when you need a CIO, you need a COO, a CFO, hire that person immediately. I was very entrepreneurial from a young age, and I started very young. So I thought I could do everything myself, but I'm not very good at taking care of writing the code, selling the code, talking with my customers, being customer service, doing the finance, doing the HR. It literally, there's a reason why I have no hair on my head. So hire those individuals immediately so you can take on the responsibility of the tasks that you're very good at, and let them find your finance person, find your finance HR person, because you want to get paid, and you want to make sure you're paying your vendors, and you want to make sure the HR is up to date. Because even today, Rebecca will send me this, or I'll send Rebecca a letter going, hey, Rebecca, I got this from the state of so-and-so because of one of our employees in there. Is there something I need to worry about? She takes care of it right away. I just get them in the office when I see it and go from there. So I highly recommend finding those people and hire quickly.
Sometimes in business, things they don't go in our way. How to stay motivated and inspired in times of challenges in business?
That's a great question, Kevin. As a matter of fact, I went through that a while back. I had actually retired from one of my companies. I built it up, and then I had to put it down. And I decided to go work for somebody else for a couple of years, ran their America's businesses and such. And one of the things that I did is I became very unmotivated about the SAP ecosystem. What's great, though, is now I am extremely motivated. As a matter of fact, I've got some new initiatives I'm working on with a company, and I am so motivated for the next steps, the next activities, this final journey of my life and my career, that I am just absolutely blown away about the success that I think I can have. And so you got to find those little nuggets in everyday life and in activities. And so I'm really hoping that we can close this deal, get this moving forward, and allow me to see the vision that they have to drive that vision. So I'm more excited now than ever. So it's nice to be able to do.
What are your biggest interests and passions outside of work?
Oh, I love this question. So I'm very, very blessed to be a husband of 27 years and have two incredible daughters, a 26-year-old and a 23-year-old, who are in the medical fields. I try to spend as much time with them as possible outside. We travel a lot. My girls have been traveling the world with me since we've been young. And so we love to do those things together. Now we're trying to figure out how to do that with everybody's schedule now that everybody works and trying to move. So I try to spend as much time with my daughters as possible and my wife. And my outside passion is traveling and eating my way around the world. I love to eat food, good food from great places, and I will try anything once.
If you had a chance to go back history, personally or historically, to what time period would you like to go back and why?
So this is a great question because I'm a historian and I love historical facts. I love when the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, the Gettys and the Rockefellers and those people would be great to talk to, the Fords of the world. You, of course, have the technology revolution where we were fortunate enough to be a part of. But what I would really like to do is I would really, really love to go back to day one on this planet and have a conversation with God and ask him, do you know what this thing is going to be like in 2026? And see if he would answer my question.
Is there a book, a show, a movie that helped you shape your career perspective over the years?
Oh, so if I'm going to say a quote, greed is good. I hope some of the people understand what that movie is. I hope there's enough mature people like ourselves. That was a movie from the 1980s with Douglas and Charlie Sheen and those guys. And when I saw that movie and I started learning about building businesses and how you could do different operations, I'm very fortunate. I play with my stocks. I invest in different companies. I literally just invested in a soccer team overseas, and I love learning new things. But back then, I don't necessarily call it greed. I call it investing. I call it working on. I call it building up. If you want to call it greed, it's because you're trying to build up something. You don't ever want anything to fail, so you're trying to build it up. And so I always love that movie, and greed is good.
The best business career advice that you ever received and the worst one that you ever received. Which one you want to go first?
I'll do the best one first.
Okay.
That was easy. So it was actually one of my mentors in college who went off to work with the Olympics and other things when we were there at ACOG and such. And it was literally using the Nike slogan of just do it. You got to go out and you got to keep doing the things in and day out, no matter if it's shit work or if it's positive work. You're going to learn something from it. But just keep doing it, keep working at it, keep growing at it. Fail fast, learn from that failure, and use that for the success for the next time. And so I loved that piece of advice. And then that's from Billy Payne, of all people. And then the second one was what was the worst advice is don't.
Yeah.
Are you really sure you want to get into SAP? God, nobody's gonna want to do that. That's why we've got all these different companies. And that's why I'm in SAP, ladies and gentlemen, because it is one application that does everything. And so instead of having multiple applications doing all these things, because if you remember back in the time, it literally, you had all these floppy drives that we would use for Word,
Yes.
all everything. Everybody's like, okay, you got your own, you can do it. And then when they put it all together, all these guys from IBM came together and put it in one nice new package. You're like, you really think that that's going to do anything? You're going to find a new soon enough. Oh, 1989 to now, I've been doing SAP.
What is your career advice for next generation business professionals?
Oh, keep learning, and put yourself out there. It's funny. I was at a university, not a podcast, a university program. And I went out there. I asked the question: how many of you go to extracurricular activities and teach them who you are, talk to them, have a drink, discuss the day-to-day activities after work or after school? And maybe about a quarter of the room did. I said, well, how do you expect people to know who you are? You think they're just going to look at you on the internet and be like, oh, that's the person I want to talk to for the rest of my life? No, you got to put yourself out there. So really put yourself out there. Go to the events. Go to the community events. Go to the tech events. If you know that a company is getting their Series A or their Series B or their Series Z, it doesn't matter, and they've got a gathering and they want people to come out there, go out there. It's amazing the amount of people you're going to go to the, we've got one here in Milwaukee. It's called Generator. These guys and gals are phenomenal people, have great talents around them, and they're always looking to have people that they can talk to. So put yourself out there and be willing to have conversations with new people every single day if you can.
Is there any question that you had expected me to ask you, but I didn't ask you?
Oh, what is the one question that you did not ask me? Oh, Kevin, it's how did I get this good looking? My mother had great genes. No, one question I'll make comment this is, excuse me, there's that cold. You can be an executive and you can be high and tight, wearing a tie every day. You can also have some fun. I tend to be an executive that likes to have a little fun. I know when to be professional and I know when to have a little fun. Life doesn't need to be, and your career doesn't need to be as serious as you all think it should be. Enjoy your life, enjoy the people that you work with and for, and make sure that you enjoy the activities that you're doing. Some days are going to be more enjoyable than others, but remember, you don't have to be the stick in the mud every single day. Let yourself live a life as well.
You're also a published author. Can you tell us about your books a little bit?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've been very blessed. 4 of them were Amazon bestsellers and 17 total books now. They range in anywhere between 200 pages and 150 pages, but they're there to give a baseline, an understanding, how to understand AI like a 5-year-old. That one is kind of fun. It's it's something that actually, before my mother passed away, she laughed at it because she's like, oh, now I can do what you do. I said, yes, you can. And so it's one of those cool things where I give them away. I talk to people about them. I sell them on Amazon. But at the end of the day, it's about making these pieces of technology so much more easier for people to understand. I don't want them to flounder, and I want them to have success. And that's what all those books are built for. So no matter if it's AI or SAP or cloud, you can find them on Amazon. They're out there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we love talking about books in the American Business Podcast. And also, I'm curious, what makes you write books?
I love writing. I'm a huge Audible guy, and I love to be able to share little bits of knowledge. And like I said, these books are no bigger than 200 pages each. So between all the graphics and all the fun, I can give them the basics that they need to start the foundation of their journey, and then build upon that with them and with the books and activities wrapped around. So it's really good for these individuals. I give them away at every university I go to. I want to make sure these kids get the basic foundation, because when they come into our business, that's a different animal. When you're in college, you're still having fun, you're still having parties, you get pizzas on this Monday night college football experience. But when you come out into the real world, you got to do the real work, and you got to know what you're doing and build upon that, and you can still have some fun with it. So I want to make sure that they're having that ability as well. It's a foundation, it's building blocks. I like calling it stair stepping.
Absolutely, and that's very generous of you. You share your knowledge, your insights with others.
I hope they enjoy it. A little something. Take a little.
Absolutely. Well, we have a little tradition in the American Business Podcast. We have a question coming from our previous guest.
Yes.
That I'll ask you, and I'll ask you to leave me a question that I can ask to our coming guest, if that's okay. So the question coming from our previous guest for you is, what is your favorite software application that you will renew the subscription of?
Well, this one's easy. SAP. I love my SAP application. I love my SAP application. And then after that will be whatever AI tool I'm using. And right now it's Gemini. So we're with SAP and we're going from John.
All right. And your question for our next guest.
Yes. So my question to whoever the next guest is what was the one event that really turned your life into becoming the person you are today?
Okay, that's a great question. I'll make sure to ask. It's coming up. Well, okay. In the American Business Podcast, in this episode, is there any question that you would like to ask me?
Kevin, why did you decide to start the American Business Podcast?
Well, first of all, I'm fond of American business in general. So the business owners, the entrepreneurs, the creativity, I'm very interested. I'm learning always when I'm in the market, even before the podcast. And I love networking as well. So I love communicating with other business professionals, sharing insights, helping them, supporting them, connecting them with others. And also, I watch business podcasts a lot, and I saw the need of what we have here in the American Business Podcast: live first, independent, educational, non-political, and just to share the informative content. So that's why we started it, and we add a further mission to the American Business Podcast, that is to promote, support, and uplift American businesses, nonprofits, manufacturers, and the business community. So this is unique. There is no other podcast doing what we are doing, and we are happy to find that mission and that position. So that really motivates me every day to go out there talking with business professionals, leaders just like yourself, learning from them and helping them sharing their business professional insights and experience with others. So that is why I started it, and so far so good.
Well, it's wonderful. As an American business professional, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Yes. Together, this is a business community. That's how we are looking at it. It's growing every single day, and it's going to be even better. Now we are starting a chamber, a virtual business chamber for businesses, American businesses. So that is something new. We have a monthly online business networking event every month. So that the next one is on January 30th coming up. And I'll invite you if you are available. You are more than welcome to join us.
Thank you.
And we also started the podcasting as a service to help businesses start their business podcast within the American Business Podcast, so they can have instant visibility. So that is one challenge that I have been hearing from businesses. They start a business podcast, they create content, but they are having hard time getting views and putting the word out. So they can be right in the American Business Podcast network, so that they can put the word out and they can have instant visibility. So these are some new developments in the American Business Podcast.
Wonderful. It's great to help others. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, before we leave, what is the best way for our audience and viewers to be in touch with you and learn about your organization?
Well, that's pretty easy. The first thing to do is reach me on LinkedIn. Tell me that you saw me on the ABP and connect with me. If you were at a convention or a show, or if I'm out giving a speech somewhere and you want to connect, I love coffee and I love bourbon. So I'm more than happy to talk with any place anytime over those two. And then otherwise, you can find us on all of our social media. We're on approyo.com. We got X. We got Instagrams. We got everything. You can even find me on all those as well.
Yes, absolutely. And if you come to New York City, we have a ton of coffee and bourbon that I'm sure of.
I was just out
Let's
there.
get together.
There was.
Okay.
Let's get together then.
Yes, let's stay in touch and let's get together hopefully soon. That's going to be great. Well, Chris, thank you so much for being with us in your busy schedule. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Kevin. Great to be here.
Thank you very much. We'll be in touch, and I truly appreciate you for sharing your professional insights and professional wisdom with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great week. Have a great day. Thank you. Well, to our audience and to our listeners, we'll be right back after a short break. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Reddit. Do you know the biggest challenge nowadays for American small businesses? That is visibility. That's why we partner with Reddit for Business. Reddit has more than 400 million weekly visitors. Furthermore, Reddit is reliable. Reddit is the number one source for real reviews on products, services, and brands. There is a promotion going on. When you spend $500, you'll get $500 in ad credit from Reddit. True story. I am a Reddit user. Anytime I need feedback or review for a product or service, I go to Reddit. I get the real answers, real feedback from real people, from Reddit communities. Scan this QR code and sign up for Reddit advertising for your business. Get the visibility for your company, your products, and services. Scan the QR code and sign up today. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Office Virtual Offices. Office is offering you more than 600 different locations in the US. It is $99 a month. This includes prestigious business address, professional live call answering, personalized call transferring, business phone number, local phone number, professional mail services, voicemail converted to email. I have the QR code on the screen. You can sign up for Office today. Office is offering you hundreds of locations in the US that you can pick, any of them that you like. And you can start having your virtual office today. Please scan the QR code and start using Office Virtual Offices today. Thank you for your support. Support for the show comes from Yelp. You know, I've been talking to more than 100 business owners in the American Business Podcast. Do you know the biggest problem for small businesses nowadays? It is visibility. That is why you should sign up and list your business on Yelp for Business. I have the QR code on the screen, and when you scan the QR code, the form will show up on your screen and you can sign up on the registration form. It comes with free trial with no obligation. Make it easy for your customers to find you. Do you know there are more than 70 million customers visiting Yelp website looking for services from businesses just like yours? Restaurants, home services, professional services, and many other businesses are being searched on Yelp on daily basis. That's a great opportunity. If you list your business on Yelp, you'll be findable, searchable, and you'll be visible. When you are visible, when your customers are able to find you, you're in business. You can get opportunities, you can get leads, you can build a healthy and profitable pipeline. Consider Yelp for Business. Scan the QR code, sign up, and start your free trial. It comes with free trial. Very comfortable, no obligation. List your business and start getting the results and enjoy the benefits of Yelp Business. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Just Answer. Real help from real experts 24/7. Experts such as lawyers, doctors, veterinarians, computer technicians, home improvement experts, mechanics, personal tax experts, computer technicians, and many other experts are available for you 24/7 on Just Answer. You'll get your answers anytime, during the day, during the night, 24/7, and you'll get your answers from reliable sources. You can scan the QR code on the screen and you can sign up for Just Answer. The answers you need at a price that is right. Scan the QR code and sign up for Just Answer today. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Brother. From large companies to small offices, Brother has powerful printers and all-in-ones for your growing business. Scan the QR code and find the best printers for your needs. When you scan the QR code, you can see the entire collection, business office equipment collection of Brother USA, and pick the one that you like. You'll find printers, labels, toners, all-in-ones, and other office equipment available on Brother website when you scan the QR code. Scan the QR code and start shopping for Brother office equipment today. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Invicta watches. Invicta watches are known for their stylish design for men, women, as well as for unisex watches. When you scan the QR code on the screen, it will take to their online store and you can start shopping right away. When you go to the Invicta store website, you'll see watches in different collections for men, for women, different colors, different designs, as well as different sizes. There are hundreds of watches that you can see and you can pick from. Because it's end of the year, you'll also enjoy the benefits of their end of the year promotions and discounts. True story, I'm an Invicta fan. I've been using Invicta for many years. I have more than 10 Invicta watches in my wardrobe. This is one of them that I like. The style is pretty cool. I use these pretty much weekly basis. I have another one that I use on my wrist. This one is pretty cool. This one is called Shutter. I can change the face just by turning the buttons, and I can have different style of watches pretty much every day. Because it's pretty business looking, I can actually wear this with my business outfit as well. Please scan the QR code and start shopping today. I'm sure you'll like Invicta watches. They have great styles and different colors as well as different technologies such as quartz, mechanical, automatic, and other watches are also available for your liking and for your choice. Please scan the QR code and start shopping today. Thank you very much for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Anywhere Apps by Kirk Consulting, now Cherry Baker. It is time to digitize and automate your business processes. Anywhere Apps designed for small and mid-sized companies as well as enterprise-level companies to help you digitize and automate your business processes. Today, I'd like to talk about one of the Anywhere apps that's very popular in the US. It is called Nonprofit Management Anywhere. If you are a nonprofit and you like to manage your donations, volunteers, fundraising events, your grants, and other documents for compliance and operational purposes, consider Nonprofit Management Anywhere. It is a completely cloud service. You can start using it today with no need for local installation on your server or on your local laptop and computers. It is user-friendly and it's easy to deploy, and you can start using it today. I have the QR code on the screen. You can scan the QR code and you can learn more about Anywhere apps, including Nonprofit Management Anywhere. Well, there is more. If you'd like to talk to me directly about Anywhere apps, you can just send me an email directly, kevin@kirkconsulting.com. Anywhere apps are modern, they are easy to use, they are affordable, practical, and more importantly, that's designed for you to help you digitize and automate your business processes. Scan the QR code or just send me a direct email, kevin@kirkconsulting.com. Thank you for your support. Would you like to start your business podcast? We are here to help. My name is Kevin Devecioglu. I am the founder and host of the American Business Podcast, the voice of American business. When we started the American Business Podcast on February 28, 2025, we had only one mission in mind: to promote, support, and uplift American businesses, nonprofits, manufacturers, and the American business community. Within our first 6 months, we managed to pass 100,000 YouTube subscribers, and we received YouTube Silver Award. This is an important award. It shows our dedication to American business and to the American Business Podcast viewers, subscribers, and American Business Podcast community. Now you can have your own branded company podcast within the American Business Podcast network. You can promote your company, your products, your services, and you'll have instant visibility in front of thousands of the American Business Podcast viewers, subscribers, and followers. You can promote your company, your products and services. You can educate and inspire businesses and individuals. More importantly, you can tell your story, your brand story. How did you get started? What makes you different? And how you are helping your customers and communities. As you know, in the American Business Podcast, I've been talking to more than 100 American businesses. Each business has a story that is inspiring and motivational. I know your business also has a great story which is motivational and inspiring. It is time for you to have your business podcast within the American Business Podcast Network. We help you start your business podcast and we help you grow your business. This is a great opportunity for you to be visible in the marketplace in front of thousands of the American Business Podcast viewers and subscribers. And this is a great opportunity for us to fulfill our mission to promote, support, and uplift American businesses. Please send us an email and let's get the conversation started. It is paas@americanpodcast.tv. Business podcasting as a service, powered by the American Business Podcast, the voice of American business. The American Business Podcast is America's fastest growing educational business podcast network in this age of AI. My name is Kevin Devecioglu. I'm the founder and host of the American Business Podcast, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you, working with you, and help you grow your business with your new business podcast. Thank you very much. It is time to sign up for the online monthly networking event, networking and podcasting together. It is called Connection America Business Alliance, partnered and powered by the American Business Podcast. During this unique business networking event, you'll be able to meet with other business professionals. At the same time, you will be in the American Business Podcast in front of thousands of business-minded YouTube subscribers, viewers, and listeners of the American Business Podcast, the voice of American business. Connection America online monthly networking events are interactive. You'll be able to meet with other seasoned business professionals, and at the same time, you'll be able to interact with viewers and audience. That's a unique event. It is because it's podcasting plus networking. If you are in business, you should be networking. And if you're not networking, you are losing business every single day. That is why we created online monthly networking event called Connection America Business Alliance, CABA in short. Scan this QR code and sign up today. When you scan the QR code, you'll see the list of coming monthly online networking events. Pick the one that works for you and sign up. We have limited seating, and today is the great day to sign up for online business networking event. Networking plus podcasting. That is a unique online business networking opportunity. You can introduce yourself, your products and services, and you'll be able to network with other business professionals live on the American Business Podcast. Scan the QR code and sign up today. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being with me in the American Business Podcast. If you'd like to be a guest in the American Business Podcast, please send us an email. guestbooking@americanpodcast.tv. If you'd like to sponsor, advertise your company, your products and services, please send us an email. growyourbusiness@americanpodcast.tv. I'd like to invite you to our website as well, americanpodcast.tv. You can learn more about the American Business Podcast. You can get the updates. You'll also see the schedule, our coming streaming schedule on our website as well, and you can follow us accordingly. And if you are active on social media. We have presence on LinkedIn. If you scan this QR code, it will take you to our LinkedIn page and you can subscribe and follow us. We also have a page on Instagram. If you scan this QR code, you can follow us on Instagram. And finally, now we are available on Facebook, that you can scan this QR code and follow us on Facebook as well. I'd like to thank you for your time and thank you for your interest. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the coming The American Business Podcast episodes. The American Business Podcast is the voice of American business. Thank you very much.